Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. We get together with our distribution partners most weekday mornings at this time, 8 o'clock Central, to share strategies, tips, techniques, success stories, and ultimately we're here to support each of you. So today is Thursday, August 25th, 2022, and we're going to talk about some closing techniques. So depending upon your role with us, this could be more or less relevant, but many of you are white label partners. And as a white label partner, we have 3 different campaigns that we're taking out to the marketplace, all with a blend of building financial literacy, building lender compliant loan packages, and preparing clients for funding. But I think right now we would all agree our hottest, our most popular program right now is the SBA Express Program. And so we've talked about that ad nauseum. I think everyone's familiar with it. But our goal today is to help you close more of your prospects. So we will go through today and talk about the process and then field questions from each of you. So I fully believe that if you'll pay attention and assimilate this information, that this will dramatically increase your income and conversions. All right, so what is our topic? Our topic is how to close SBA Express clients. Background, the SBA Express program, we believe, is the best kept secret in small business finance. Well, why is it so great? So we're going to go through this quick checklist, not because I'm trying to convince you of anything. I think it's all factual, but we want to reiterate what are the most positive talking points that you could use, because in fact, you're going to use these talking points as part of the process. But let's first go through them ourselves outside of the scope of a role play or of a client close. So why is the SBA Express program awesome? Well, it's awesome, first of all, because startups qualify. I know. There's a lot of people that are financially illiterate and they'll say, oh, no, you're wrong. Startups can't qualify for an SBA loan. Well, they're wrong, right? So startups can qualify for an SBA 7A loan. So that's a factual statement, of course, and a very important one, right? Because there's a lot of early stage businesses that felt that they were locked out of this source of funding. And in fact, they're not. It's an easy application process, but we have to have the right documentation, right? But you and I know that. We know, we work closely with the banks. We know exactly what they need, the documentation. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, one of our white label partners who's also a client, Frankie, she said, hey, I want to go get one of these SBA loans. You guys talk about how great they are. Hey, I want to get one for myself. I said, fine. So we filled out the paperwork. We submitted it to the bank yesterday, right about 9 a.m., plus or minus a few minutes. And within 90 minutes, we had her conditional approval back. Within 90 minutes. And we'll get to speed here in a minute, but the speed is incredible. Another benefit of the SBA Express program is that the payments are low, because what will happen is you may have clients or prospective clients are worried about, can I afford to pay it back? Well, we would never want someone to borrow more money than what they can afford and what they need for their business. But the nice thing is the payments are low. We've got a 10-year repayment term, so it's spread back over 120 months. And the interest rates are low. And we know the rates are low because they're capped by the federal government. They won't be high. As I was just mentioning with Frankie's application yesterday, we're getting same-day approvals. Now, the truth is, if we submit it late in the day, it may roll over to the next. But in general, and this is what the bank commits to, and it's what we've seen, we're getting same-day approvals. And then it's 10 days, technically 10 business days for funding. So pretty fast. Again, you'll have people that come back and say, oh, no, you can't get a same-day approval on an SBA loan. You're wrong. Or some people say, oh, no, SBA loans don't fund that fast. Well, they're wrong. I mean, the world is full, forgive me, the world is full of dumbasses. And a lot of people, most people think they're smarter than what they are. And a lot of people have misinformation. And so then they want to extrapolate that out to others, and you got to go with the facts. All right, no risk to the client, written guarantee. Again, we have an agreement with our preferred lender. Now, are there other lenders? Absolutely, but we have a preferred lender, a preferred bank. We have an agreement with them. They are laser focused on the SBA 7A Express loans, and that's a real benefit. This isn't just something they do on the side that's kind of annoying to them. This is their bread and butter. This is what they're focused on, and thus what we're focused on with this loan program. So we know exactly what they want, and we work with them all the time. We know exactly what forms need to be completed. We're contracted with them. We have the documents set to complete. We know what they want, what they need. We've, in addition to being contracted with them, and we flew to DC, we've met with their leadership team. So it's obviously credible. Building off credibility, we're going to be assigning a business paralegal that's working with these clients. And so it's not like they're being thrown to the wolves, or there's some high school dropout that, didn't make it selling Legal Shield, and now they're trying to represent themselves as a technical advisor. It's not that, right? All of our team have either worked for the SBA and or SBDC, or at least one of the big 4 accounting firms like Deloitte. All of our business paralegals have at least an MBA, and we've all gone through a paralegal program. I went through Rice, but all of us had to go through a credible, reputable paralegal program to do this. We had to pass the background check of the bank. So they looked at our criminal history, which is not an issue. They looked at our credit history, which is not an issue. They looked at our credibility to be able to do this. And obviously we passed that. And furthermore, all of us have gone through this ourselves. We've walked the walk. We've all received an SBA loan in the past, and we have worked with many clients to help them build loan packages. And then the last talking point is that this, for clients, the negative, everything has pros and cons in life, right? Well, the con of the SBA Express program that you and I offer is it caps out at $150,000. Now, could we use that for the first tranche and then be able to help clients with another tranche of a different type of funding? Of course. So that's the negative. It caps at $150,000. But the positive is this can be a relatively quick tranche, first tranche of up to $150,000, and there's nothing that would prevent us from going after more later. Had a call from just a prospective client this morning. He wants $1 million. Well, that this is not going to work for $1 million. But my follow-up question would be always, well, what if we could get you a quick $150,000 first tranche and then pursue a second tranche for the other $850,000? Most people will be agreeable to that. Not all, based upon their needs, but most people will be agreeable to that. Now, if they just need more than $150,000 up front, we're going to have to switch them to a different campaign, right? We have different campaigns. Okay, so before I get to the process at the bottom, does anyone have questions on these talking points, these features, these benefits of why the SBA Express program is good? Maybe it's great, it's outstanding, it's the best kept secret in small business finance. Who has questions on this? And I appreciate Joseph. Joseph's on the line. He's one of our big hitters out of Northwest Arkansas, and he likes to use colorful language, which I'm cautious to repeat. But essentially, what he's saying is, you're a dumbass not to pursue this type of capital. Almost in all circumstances, this is the best choice for the first tranche of capital. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, so I guess we're all in agreement here. So let's move forward to the process. So, because again, why are we together today? We're talking about how to close SBA Express clients with the intent of helping more clients and you making more money. And we're going to talk about money for you in a moment, but let's go through the sales process. So what I would do is I would first ask the prospect, have they considered getting an SBA 7A Express loan? Why do you ask that? Well, you got to start the conversation somewhere. Secondly, we know that's kind of the direction that we're going to encourage them. And then also you want to figure out, do they have any preconceived notions? Because a lot of people will have misinformation. And so that's how we open the conversation typically. Most won't really know what that means or how it works. And that's okay, because then you're going to follow up with a number of factual statements. And you don't have to read all these word for word. You can pick and choose those that you want. You can paraphrase it if you want, but you do have the talking points here in front of you that could be included in emails and Craigslist postings and conversations. All right, so we're down to sales process step number 3. A lot of people, and I guess it's true for all of us, myself included, a lot of us don't know what we don't know. And so when it comes to getting funding, a lot of small business owners don't realize that having the loan package is key. It's key, having the right documentation that the lender needs to approve and fund the loan. So that's a key part of what you and I do as technical advisors, is building the loan package. But I understand that you may have to educate a bit, because a lot of small business owners, they don't realize that. They just see this as a fucking nuisance, right? They just want the funding, right? They'll just call up and just say, I just want the funding. Just give me the $150,000. Well, dude, you've got to have the documentation to provide to the lender to get approved. It's not so easy as just going in the bathroom and squatting down and pooping out $150,000. It doesn't work like that. And so that's number 3, is making sure that they understand the role of the loan package. And of course, that's what we're providing in the SBA Express program. Okay, number 4, 4th step of the 5. We want to let them know the great news. We have received a grant to assist small businesses in assembling their SBA 7A loan packages. Isn't that awesome? And in fact, we already have $1,500 to allocate to you, Joe, or Alfred, or Charletta, or Janetta, or whatever the prospect's name is. We already have $1,500 available to allocate to you. And that covers almost all of the loan package fee. Better yet, of the remaining balance, what we'll do is we'll defer half of it until after you receive funding. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So they don't pay the $2,500. Instead, they pay a fraction of that, and half of that fraction is not even paid until after they've received funding. And so then at that point, my encouragement to you is stop talking. I think many of us kind of like to hear our voice, and we'll just, either we get nervous or we're arrogant or whatever it is, and we just want to talk. Stop talking. I mean, you've given them enough information at this point. Now you want to answer questions, of course, and overcome objections, but I would stop talking. I'd provide them the agreement. You know, if you're face-to-face, slide it across the Starbucks table. If you're sending it via Adobe or DocuSign, whatever, but get them the agreement and tell them, go ahead and enroll. Let's give it a try. And I think you'll see success there. So let's pause there before we get to overcoming the objection of I'm freaking broke. So we're not going to get to that yet. Does anyone have questions on this simple process? Because what we know is we're going to always have written agreements with clients. So that way we don't have misunderstandings or confusion. So you can give them the pitch, but you need to get them the agreement. They need to sign the written agreement. And we're going to talk about that process here in a moment. Anyone have questions on that process? Okay, you're an easy group this morning. So with all that being said, you probably won't face a whole lot of objections, but the biggest objection, the most frequent objection that you might see, which we do see on occasion, is the client would say, well, wow, all that sounds great, but I'm fucking broke. I don't have $500, right? And so I know each of you are going to have your own responses to this. Joseph, again, is very direct. And Joseph, I wouldn't say this, but what Joseph says is, well, go take your broke ass home. I wouldn't recommend saying that. Instead, I would say, well, we can fix that, right? So what you're telling me is your business is insolvent, you have no working capital, you've got liquidity problems. So let's fix that. And you can make them a referral partner of yours. You can have them sign up as a white label partner, whatever it is that you want. But essentially what you want to do is give them a hand up, not a handout, because what they're telling you is, if I don't have $500, I can't get started. So you want to help them resolve that. And so again, making them a referral partner. Yesterday, we talked about the strategy of building an affiliate team underneath your white label partnership, what have you. But the bottom line is they need income. Their business is either insolvent or at least has no liquidity. So that's how we solve that. All right, so let's make sure that we know how you benefit from clients enrolling in the SBA Express program. Well, it depends on which hat you're wearing. If you're a white label partner, as you know, and this is what we call campaign 3, you can mark up the price. And so thus you make the money off the markup. You could mark up the $9.99, which we collect half up front and half after funding. You could mark up that portion or not. You could charge them a performance fee based upon the capital raise or not. Again, you have the editable agreement in your white label drop box to change this as you would like. A lot of you, and I see that many of you do different things. We got Terrence, who's not on the call this morning. Usually he's a CPA. So he provides the service at no markup for his accounting clients. Some of you are insurance agents. Some of you will use this to sell a key person policy or buy, sell, or even an annuity, and then you don't mark this up. It's up to you on pricing. But if you were to add a 10% performance fee, I mean, it's not get rich quick, but you're making an extra $15,000 a client, right? I mean, it's not a bad side gig from my perspective. Now, if you're not a white label partner, it's real easy. We just pay you $100 for each client that enrolls. So it's up to you how much you want to earn. As a white label partner, you control it because you're controlling the pricing. If you don't want to be a white label partner, just refer them in, make an easy $100, have no other responsibility. Any questions on how you benefit by helping small businesses enroll in the SBA Express program? Any questions? All right, so then we want to make sure we know how to enroll clients. And again, there's going to be 2 answers to that depending upon the role that you're in. If you are a white label partner, which most of you are, or if not, you probably should consider becoming one. But if you're a white label partner, you're going to get the client under contract, because we talked about it's very important to have written agreements with clients. So you get them under contract, you're going to find your client. You're going to find the agreement template in your white label drop box. If you don't have your white label drop box, then you need to reach out to us and we need to figure out why you don't have that. It's because you need to have that. That's where the agreement templates are, the marketing pieces and so forth. So if you're a white label partner, you get them under contract and you just send us a text. We had LaShonda did that this morning. She sent, well, it might've been last night. I saw it this morning, but she said, oh, signed up a client and she texted us. So that's the way to do it. Real simple if you're a white label partner. If you're not a white label partner, still text us. Text number is here. Text us. All we need is the client's name and email address. We know it's come from you, obviously, because you text us, and then we'll get them under contract. So we always want to have written contracts with clients because that makes sure we're all on the same page. There's no misinterpretation. And then, of course, this hasn't changed the way that we support each of you. We have our daily Zooms like we're on right now. You can email us, which many of you are great about doing. This is our new email address. You can text, and if you want to call back, you can text, hey, please call, or maybe your question is simple enough you just want to text it. Now, we have a main line, and the main line is answered live Monday through Friday on office hours, but that is not where I'd recommend that you receive support. That's really for clients. So these are the recommended ways that you as a distribution partner would receive support from us. All right, so let's restate what we've covered and then dig into the questions, comments, concerns that each of you have. Most small business owners want and need capital to start, to grow, to reach their potential. Most of them don't know how to get it. So there's a problem there that you and I can solve. In many cases, not all, but in many cases, we're going to be able to help them with the SBA Express program. It's credible, it's legitimate, there's no risk to the client. It's a great resource. You can make around $15,000 for each client that you help through the SBA Express program. So again, not get rich quick, not going to change your life probably. If you're a white label partner, we should be helping 8 clients a month, but 15,000 times 8 is not a bad number. But the bottom line is you have considerable opportunity to make an adult income while helping others. And so Lon's asking for this document. Yes, we sent this out this morning. All of you that are white label partners, you should have received a reminder of this morning's training. You should have received the agenda, which you see here. And if you just check your inbox, if you're a white label partner, you would have received that this morning. So yes, that has already been sent out. Maybe it went into your spam, maybe it went into promotions, I don't know, but it was sent to each of you this morning. All right, so thank you, Lon, for that clarification. So white label partners have received this agenda. Who else has questions, comments, concerns on why we want to help small businesses, why the SBA program is the best thing since sliced bread, how you can earn an adult income off of this? Okay, Andrea asked, I'm not sure I understand the question. I'm going to read it verbatim, and then Andrea, you may have to follow up. Andrea asked, how do you position the performance fee? And so I made reference to that down here. So we don't charge a performance fee for the SBA Express program, but you as a white label partner certainly could. So I'm going to talk just a little bit about how you might want to introduce that, because I think that's what Andre is asking. So if I were you, Andre, the way I would introduce it is, if you've ever bought or sold a house, right? Real estate agents, they are paid a commission based upon the close at closing. And so that's the way that I, Joe, white label partner, get paid as well. What I do is I get paid off of your results. Isn't that great? And so with that, there is a performance fee that you'll pay, but don't worry, Joe, you won't pay that until after you've been funded. So that's how I would word it. And then you want to make sure that that is, of course, stated in your agreement, because as we identified earlier, you're going to find the agreement template, editable Word document, Andre, in your white label Dropbox. So you can add whatever your performance fee is to that contractual template. Make sense? So if I didn't answer your question, it's okay. But it's really important that all of you, we've got 411 of you on the Zoom right now, if I'm reading correctly. So if you have a question or a concern, this is the time to ask it. This is how we want to support you in being compliant as a white label partner. We want to make sure that you're earning at least $100,000 a month. And some people say, oh, $100,000 a month, that's pie in the sky. It's not. Do the math. If you're going to help 8 clients a month and you're putting a performance fee on there, that adds up very quickly. So this is real. This is an opportunity to help small businesses and earn a great income on the side. And what's it cost you to sign up to be a white label partner? Nothing, nada, nothing. So what we hope is that training like this, very specific, that you can go use immediately. And that's a good general rule. Like if you were turning 16 and you wanted to go get your car driver's license, you probably wouldn't take a driver's education course and then wait 3 years to go take the test, right? The way the human brain works is if we don't use this new information quickly, it'll quickly become irrelevant, or you won't even be able to recall it. So I encourage you, reach out to your prospects or your sphere of influence. Use this process. It's not a hard close. You're not trying to get someone to do something that they don't want to do. You're literally helping them solve their problem. And if they've got a better way to solve their problem, if they have a better way to go get up to 150,000 in 10 days, then maybe we should use their model. But the chances are they don't. They don't. And that's why what you and I offer is so very important. Anyone have questions, comments, concerns on today's topic, which is how to close SBA Express clients. Anyone have any questions? All right, well, the ball's in your court. You want to go apply this knowledge. You want to go implement. If you're not set up as a white label partner and you want to be, get with us and we can get you set up. It's free and easy to do. If you don't want to be a white label partner, fine. Then we've provided instructions and incentivization of how to perform, even if you're not a white label partner, and still help people and earn income. Jeanette's asking about language. So we only can commit to speaking in English, while certain portions of the documentation and programming may be available in Spanish or Mandarin or other languages. We would only feel comfortable stating that this program is in English. Now, if you're bilingual and you want to help your French speaking or your German speaking clients, that's fine. You just need to be the interface. All right, well, let's go implement. That's the key, right? How do you make money in today's society? You have to generate results, and results comes from activity. And we've shown you the specific steps of activity that you can follow to be able to earn a great income while helping others. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back tomorrow morning. Bye.